Today, I am going to set myself a little bit of a record by spending over 165 million loot in Clash of Clans. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Something a little bit different today, but this one felt special that I thought you would appreciate it as a video, because I will be spending over 165 million loot. I already have my storages maxed, there is a bunch of special offers which we will be purchasing, and we have the rewards from the season pass. Now, I will be trying to give you a bit of advice on efficiency of upgrades and how to spend your loot, because I like to bring educational but entertaining Clash of Clans videos. So if that's the type of content you want to see, I would recommend subscribing and also turning on the notification bell. Quickly doing the math, we have 14 million gold and 14 million elixir, which is 28 million. Moving to the season pass, a rune of gold and elixir is 28 million again, which is already 56 million. Then within the shop, 2 runes of gold, 2 runes of elixir, which is 56 again, bringing our total to 112. Then, with 50 million in this offer, we have 162. We then have nearly a million of loot in the treasury of each as well, which is 164. Plus, we have 1.5 million in Dark Elixir with runes and the offers. Wow, this is going to be incredible. Let's go. The first learning point that I want to make clear before purchasing the packs and spending the loot is that you can cap out in-game, but not within the shop. I already have a rune of Dark Elixir, therefore I cannot collect another one. You can only have one of each type of rune, one of each type of book. Your storages are capped out at a certain limit, but if you are purchasing anything in the shop, you can overstack. That is why you see people with multiple books, with more loot than their storages can hold. So for that reason, if you are purchasing any of the packs, you want to make sure you have collected everything in-game first, whether that be from the season pass, the clan games. Do not purchase things until you have collected the books already, otherwise you might miss out. With that being said, and my items collected, we can go ahead and make the purchases as well as spend the loot. Now, you can help to support your favorite creator by entering their code within the shop. Now, as long as you do this before making any purchases, Supercell will share a small part of the revenue with your favorite creator at no extra cost to you. So you have nothing to lose, and it really does help to support the channels. A lot of the content we bring takes a number of hours. For example, my Queen Walk video took about 18 hours to bring you that content, so it really does help to support the channel. My code is Judo, but check out your favorite content creators' social media channels in order to find their code. Let's just power through this, purchase all of the packs, and then we will come right back. The first special offer has been purchased. 39 million gold, 39 million elixir. Let's just power through the other ones. And there we have all of the packs now purchased. 39 million gold, 39 million elixir, lots of runes, lots of books. Where do we even start? Little bit of a disclaimer, guys. I haven't really thought too much about what I'm going to upgrade, but we will be sure to get all of the loot spent, get our base upgraded, and if you're ever not sure, the builder suggestion is normally pretty good. It tends to suggest the highest upgrade first, which is often what I would recommend. So for that reason, 4 expos. Why don't we just blast out 4 expos? Let's go. There's one of them with the Book of Building. I thought we could upgrade it another one there for a second. It kind of shocked me with the gold popping up, but obviously not the case. Let's get the expos upgraded with the Book of Building. Yes, I want to use it. Let's power through this. We are already flying through the loot, and let's just get our expos all of the way upgraded. Do we still have another book? Yes, we do. One more Book of Building. Let's get that spent, and we level up as well, we are down to 600,000 gold already. Okay, now this is where I want the second main learning point to come in, because if I were to use one of our runes of gold, what would happen is I would be losing 600,000 gold. So you always want to try and maximize your spending. So with the amount we have in the treasury, we can collect that, which takes us over 1.6 million. Now I know that doesn't seem like much, but what it will allow us to do is actually upgrade 2 levels of walls, or two walls in themselves, and then we only have 59 million. I don't know why I'm turning to that screen because you can't see it, but 59,000 gold rather than the 600,000, which means now when we use the Rune of Gold, we are not wasting as much gold. So always make sure you're looking for the little upgrades, even if it's a piece of wall, so that you can maximize your rune usage. Okay, we still have a ton of loot, but I think I'm going to switch and see how many levels of the Queen we can get. 176,000 Dark Elixir. Let's go with one of the Books of Hero. Up goes the Queen. Level 56. Let's just power through and see what we can get her to. Come on. Let's see if we can get her 5 levels. I don't think we're going to be able to. Oh, 160. Now, what is the King? Let's take a look. 140. I actually accidentally collected some Dark Elixir there. But let's get the King upgrading. Oh, I don't know if I want to use the book or not. Let's collect our Rune of Dark Elixir, just so we've collected that. And before we forget, let's make sure to collect the Rune of Dark Elixir from the Season Pass. Key learning point number 3, never forget things in your Season Pass. That means we can power through another level of the Queen. Oh, we do need to use something. Do we upgrade the King? Or how many? Yes, let's just upgrade our King with the Town Hall is selected. That was weird. I thought the King was selected, but he wasn't. Let's use the Book of Heroes. Then let's upgrade the Queen. Book of Everything. Let's sit there for a minute. Let's sit there and recalibrate here. Key learning point number 4. Never do hastily upgrades. I'm trying to do it in this video to keep it a little bit fun, but make sure you are thinking about your upgrades carefully so you are managing your loot as best as possible. For that reason, I am going to forget about the Dark Elixir for the moment, move across to the Elixir, because I want to upgrade some troops. Now, I'm actually going to spend the gems here. I have about 5 Book of Fighting, but most of my elixir I want to spend on the troops. So I'm actually going to spend the 900 gems. That may or may not be the best usage of this, but let's find out. Now, in terms of elixir, I tell you what, guys. How many people seen the World Championship qualifiers at the weekend and the 3 stars with the Electro Dragons? They were incredible. I'm going to upgrade them. I might even bring you a video on how to correctly use the Electro Dragons. Let me know if you'd like to see that. But there we go with the Book of Fighting. Oh, it's maxed. There we go. For Town Hall 11, it is done. Now let's go to the P.E.K.K.A. I quite like the P.E.K.K.A. troop. I think it's pretty awesome. And there we go. Maxed level, in fact. So, little key point, if you didn't know, you can get the max level P.E.K.K.A. at Town Hall 12. I'm Town Hall 12 now, not a Town Hall 11. What am I thinking? Let's go with the balloon. 4 lava loon. Got to be done. I always like the lava loon style attacks. And wow, we still have enough elixir to keep going. What do we go for here? I feel like the Wall Breaker, because the Wall Breaker is a very important troop, often underrated, and can really help out your attacks. You know that I broke down the entire Wall Breaker AI in one of my videos, the Wall Breaker Explained, so that's another one I would highly recommend. 1.4 million elixir. Let's take a look at this. What can we upgrade? We can upgrade a bit of wall. We can't really get too much more than that. So let's upgrade 1 bit of wall. Then let's use one of our Rune of Elixir, because we have 3 of them, remember. We can overstack because we did indeed purchase them. Let's come back across to the lab and see what we can upgrade. So the wizards, the giants, the Yeti. I am kind of feeling the Yeti. Now, let's double check. Remember, Book of Fighting is not the same as Book of Spells, which we actually don't have. I nearly upgraded the freeze Again, another key learning point, make sure you are checking your books before you spend it if you are intending on using it. So actually, what I'm going to upgrade is the Yeti because I can use the Book of Fighting. Then let's take a look here. Let's take a look and make sure how many more runes of Elixir and Gold do we have? We have 2 gold and 2 elixir. So let's go ahead and use one of the gold. I'm kind of feeling the Inferno Tower. I don't know about you guys. I know the suggestion here is the 4 Wizard Towers because they are quite expensive. But if any of you seen my upgrade guide for every Town Hall level, I recommended Expos, Inferno Towers, Eagle, Town Hall. Get them upgraded. So I'm actually going to go with the Inferno Tower. Let's upgrade it. And let's see what else we can do here before we go and use any more books. Now, what I'm going to be careful on here is we've got two book of everything. I'm actually going to upgrade walls with the rest of my gold in order to make sure that I have the best value of the upgrades. So let's just quickly power through this. Where am I? There I am. So I don't need to continually click the suggestion. How many people knew of that? Out of curiosity, how many of you knew that you could click the builder suggestion and it would take you directly to where that building was? I actually didn't learn that until quite late in my Clash of Clans career, I guess you could say. But anyways, let's move on. We need to use the wall rings as well because we have the wall rings in the season pass, remember, and you do not want to forget about your season pass rewards. So let's use some wall rings. Probably brings us here to key learning point number 5. If you are spending 165 million loot in Clash of Clans, you want to make sure you have the perks of the Gold Pass all glued up. So on the Gold Pass, I get 20% discount. 165 million loot, that is quite a discount. That's actually over 30 million loot. Wow. Incredible. So make sure if you're spending this amount that you are indeed saving up for the perks. And tagging on to that key learning point, my video where I talked about the tip for starting the Gold Pass, make sure at the start of each month when you do get your 25 million from the season bank, you are thinking about when the 10% boost is on the next perk. Because often it's only about 100 or 200 points through. Save the 25 million for a day or so until you can do that, and then you're saving probably about 5 million loot. I wonder how much loot we would have actually spent if we calculated the wall rings into this as well, because I didn't calculate that in. It was pure loot that I was calculating. What am I looking at here? 2 runes of gold, 2 runes of elixir. Let's get them both collected and let's see what we can upgrade. Moving back across to the lab for the elixir first. Now, we probably want to start looking at the most expensive. When we start getting down to it, and you are closing in on the amount you have left, you want to start upgrading the most expensive. So for that reason, there is the archers and the giants. Now, what is going to be the most valuable to you? Because there's no good in upgrading something if it's not going to give you value. And another key learning point here, I feel like this has been actually a little bit of an educational video, which I always try and bring you. The barbarians and the archers, do not forget about them, because with your king and queen ability, the barbarians and the archers that are spawned are the same level as the ones in your lab. So for that reason, you do actually want to get them upgraded. Now let's pause, because notice it is not a book of fighting. It is a book of everything which is in the lab here. And I would always prioritize buildings for the builders rather than the lab, in my opinion. I do have some lab potions that I could use. So let's take a look at the builder suggestions. Now it is suggesting the Wizard Tower, but the Inferno Tower, we could get to level 5. Now, again, I'm talking about the most expensive upgrades, and when you're using the books as well, you actually want to look for the longest upgrades. So with the Inferno Tower, that was 8 days. The Wizard Tower is 11 days. So clearly, you want to select the Wizard Tower if you're using the book, because I just saved 3 days of builder time. Make sure you're checking that out before you upgrade things. If you are just going to instantly upgrade it, you do want to think about builder management with the runes and books. That combination, you want to go for the longest upgrade. With the hammers, which is totally different, that's where it instantly upgrades it and you don't spend the loot. You want to go for the most expensive because you are saving the loot as well. But for the books, just go for the longest. Closing in on it though, closing in on the finish here. How many more book of everything do we have? We have one more book of everything. Now, do we need it? That is the question. What could I upgrade? I'm tempted to just upgrade walls, you know. I am tempted to upgrade walls with the rest of this because the Book of Everything I could probably use on the lab because I still have quite a few upgrades. When I upgraded my town hall, I actually upgraded with quite a few lab upgrades left. So am I really going to do this? Am I really going to use the... No, I'm not. I am not, because the Archer Queen is going to be a must. Oh my, are we going to waste Dark Elixir? We are. 54 Dark Elixir. For the video, I'm going to waste it. Let's go. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh, I'm going to waste so much Dark Elixir. But to get our Queen to level 60, I'm actually going to go for it and use the book. Level 60 Queen. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now, let's upgrade more walls with the... let's take a look at this. 4 million, but the wall rings is 5. It always gets to me that. I have the discount from the season pass. Let me use 4 wall rings. I would totally upgrade that with 4 wall rings, but it still wants to use 5. It's a little bit irritating for me, but let's go ahead and just use the 800,000 ones. Now, I would always recommend upgrading your smaller pieces of wall first because you get a greater percentage increase. So another little power tip for you, 1,500 hit points with 800,000 gold. Let's take a look at one of the walls, which is 4 million. If I can find one. Typical, I can't find one. There we go. 4 million, 1.5 thousand. You get the same percentage increase, it just costs a lot more. So for that reason, as I explained in my upgrade guide for every town hall level, you always want to make sure that you are upgrading the lowest parts of your base first, unless it's something specific. You can upgrade something specific. For example, if you have a lot of loot and you're worried about getting, attacked and you lose that loot, check it out, 0 elixir. That is prime time to use that final rune. We are going to lose a little bit of gold, but we're nearly there, guys. We have nearly spent the entire works here, thrown everything at it, and we need to make sure that we spend the loot wisely. So I will get the wizard tower upgrading at the end. Actually, I'm going to use the inferno tower because I don't have the book now. Yep, so that's 8. So 6 million I have to spend. 6 million gold. Let's get it spent, and then let's go. And wow, this has been quite the spending spree. I have tried to keep it a bit educational. I hope you have enjoyed this one, guys. It has been just more of a fun video, to be honest. I was going to do this anyway, and I figured you might enjoy it. So I hope you have, because, well, if you're still watching, I'm sure you have. Thank you so much for the support. Let's finish this one off, though, with the Inferno, if I can find it. Let's get that upgraded. But first of all, before we get the builder working, let's look at the elixir situation. Am I going to spend the elixir on walls, or am I going to spend it on anything else? Let's take a look. I'm actually going to spend a few gems here, which I should have maybe done earlier on, but there we go. Inferno Tower will be getting upgraded. Then in terms of elixir, let's take a look at this. 7.2 for the Dark Barracks. I think that's the number that we want to be on and what we want to be upgrading. So let's wrap this up. Let's power through the rest of the elixir, get things upgrading. Are we recording? Quick Beakers Lab shout out there. Yes, we are. You'd be surprised how often I do that as well, guys. It totally does happen. 7.2, I'm forgetting already. This should bring us near enough down. There we go. Let's get the Dark Barracks upgraded for our Headhunter, and we can finish off the video in style. Incredible that one was. I hope you did enjoy it. My base is quite a bit stronger. Hopefully you learned a couple of things throughout this. If you do actually want to see my upgrade guide for all Town Hall levels, I've got it linked right here. You will probably enjoy that one. It goes into a bit more depth as to which buildings you should upgrade. Kind of hand in hand with this video, to be honest. And I have the subscribe button as well. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.